Hi, welcome back. Today is Try It Tuesday, and what we're going to look at today is using the Mandala burst border punch. Okay, this has been out for a while, but I was thinking of using it for some Hawaii pages, so I thought that I would look through the Creative Memories blog, and sure enough, I found this here blog post and this border, making this into an oval shaped border using this punch. I love that idea, and I just thought this would be perfect for some Hawaii pages. And this punch came out about a year ago, but it is still available today. So if you have this, pull it out and follow along. I'm also using papers from the Super Duper Girl Tone on Tone pack. This is a pack with some really vibrant colors, and as well, this is still available. And the papers that I'm going to use today are actually this turquoise with the little stars and the pink. I think it looks almost like some animal print. Okay, and then I'm going to need a piece of white cardstock. So if you want to gather yourself 2 pieces of printed paper and a piece of white cardstock to follow along, then go ahead and do that. And the first thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and get the border punched out and then put it aside. Okay, so this is a regular typical border punch. It has the black lines in the front that we're going to follow. Slide the paper in, match it up to one side of the black line, and hold it in the back, and then push down. Okay, so we are going to make 2 of these to make this border. Let me get this first one punched, and then I'll explain how we're going to trim it off the paper. Okay. So this is the type of punch that leaves it attached to the paper. Since it is attached to the paper, you have all this area to play with. You can just use this right on your paper and have this as a border cut at the top. Or you can trim it off, and that's what we're going to do today. And then you can trim off however much you would like. And I would like to do about an inch. I want just a very, very small line. So I want somewhere between an inch and an inch and a quarter. So I just want a little bit over that inch mark, but not quite to the inch and a quarter. So this is a good time to pull out those guides on our trimmer and see where it's going to be, because I don't want to accidentally chop off any of my mandalas that I just punched out. And they look okay here. But I think up here I need to move it just a little bit this way. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think it's still a little bit too much. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Yep, perfect. You see, we just want a little bit of a border hanging off there. Okay, so let's punch one more. I'll put you on fast forward. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to punch it and then trim it. Okay, so we have our 2 borders. Let's go ahead and just put those aside for now. We pull out our pink pattern paper and our white cardstock. We're also going to use our large oval custom cutting system along with the blue and the green blades today. And for the white piece, we're just going to use the green blade. So I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to do green blade on the inside. I'm going to try to come down here so I can conserve on the paper. And I need 2 of these. Now, if you're going to do a double page layout, then you're going to need 4 of them. But for the border today, I'm just going to cut out 2, and if I decide to make a double page, then I will cut out 2 more. Okay? 2 ovals, and we'll put those aside. Now using the pink. Okay, so I just did the wrong blade. Let's scoot this over. And this time we are going to do blue blade first. Okay, pull that aside. And then the green blade. Okay, because all we want to do now is to create a little bit of a frame style from here. Okay, and we need to do that twice. So I will put you on fast forward and get myself another one cut out. Again, don't forget, start with the blue blade. Now for this one, we do need to do 3 with the blue blade only. Let's see here if I could squeeze in. I'm going to come up here. We need 3 with just the blue blades and 2 of the rings. Okay. Let me get this trash cleaned up. Okay, so here's what we got. We have 2 white cardstocks cut out with our green blade. That one is extra. We'll save that for a different project. And then we have 3 ovals cut out with the blue blade on the inside, as well as 2 of the rings. Okay, and we're going to put the rings on top of the white cardstock like I have shown right here. Okay, so you can either use your fine tip glue pin, or I'm just going to use some repositional adhesive, go around it, and then I'm going to line it up onto the mat. Okay, so you saw me fussing there trying to get that down. I think if I did this again, I might do the opposite and make the pink and the white, make the pink a solid and then make the white a solid also. So a green blade for pink and then a white blue blade and then adhere the white on top. It might make it a little easier. That gave me a little bit of trouble, but you might not be in that same situation as I was. So, okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to bring in my 12 by 12 inch mat to continue this border. Okay, so the reason I pulled out the 12-inch mat is because I want to align my papers to be exactly 12 inches from top to bottom so that I can use it on a page easily without having to move them around. Okay. And I'm also going to use the line to the side here to help me make sure that they're straight. Okay, and so then I'm just going to alternate these. And I'm going to put the pink ones on the top and the white ones underneath. Okay, so it's going to look something like that, and this is just going to help me make sure that everything is aligned correctly. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is actually slide this one underneath, this one, and then this on top. This will be on top of that white one, but this one I'm going to slide underneath as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull back in our borders that we cut a little bit ago, and we're going to line it up. For example, let's start down here at the bottom. So we have this one, and we could adhere these together, make it a little easier to move around probably. Okay, and then I want to slide out the pink one to be just so, and then slide up the white one to center the mandala on top of it. Same with this next pink one. You can hold as you slide. Okay, let's move that down and then move this one up a little bit. And again, let's move this one, just straighten it out. I think it's in a good position. It just needed to be a little straight. Okay, we also know that our mandala is also 12 inches. So, okay. So what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and take off the border and get it adhered together the way we like it so that it's a little easier to work with. Okay, so we're just going to adhere these together. So I'm just going to put, let's see here. Looks like when I cut it, I have a little more on that side. So let me go ahead and put a little bit of my repositional right here. And then we're just going to line it up straight as possible. Okay. Okay. So now we're working with just one piece instead. So let's get this kind of aligned back in really quickly and then lay this on top. Again, we want to stay within those 12 inches. Now, if we have to trim, we'll probably want to trim the outside oval before trimming our mandala because we know that that mandala is a 12-inch border, right? So we want to try and get this, put this one down. There we go. And now one more up here at the top. We're going to let that overhang just a tad. And once we put it on the page, that's where we can trim. So it's going to lay like that. I'm going to pull it off very gently so not to move these at all. And then I'm just going to lift it up and put a little bit of adhesive underneath. And then push it down. Okay, and I'm going to do that to all of these. A little tricky, but we can do it. Okay, so you see how it's a little over the 12 inches. That's okay. We will trim that up. But our mandala sits really nicely on that. So I'm going to go ahead and put on some repositional all the way down on this. And reline this back up, making sure that it's centered. And this one doesn't look centered to me, this one right here. So I am going to move that one. I use that repositional for a reason. And then one more. Get this lined up. And there we go. Okay, took a little bit of work, but I think it's a very beautiful border. And like I said, I'm going to use this on a Hawaii page. That's why I used the pink and turquoise. I thought that would be a great addition to my Hawaii page. Okay, so I think if you liked this technique or if you like these Try It Tuesdays that we've been doing, please take this opportunity to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And that way I'll know that you like these Try It Tuesdays and we can continue them, okay? And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you join our community, okay? And that's it for today. And I thank you, and I'll see you in a couple weeks on another Try It Tuesday. Okay, bye-bye.